Kathy from Katydid Photography, and I'm going to just show you a quick little way to use one of the tools in Lightroom. So here we have two girls that showed up for our natural light class to do a little bit of modeling for us, for the students, and we didn't use any reflectors or anything like that. I just took a snapshot real quick of them. When they arrived, they were going to get ready to start shooting. So here, if I want to just send them something so they remember who they were because they had met for the first time, if I come over to the right area over here, okay, I've got a brush, so I'm going to go to my adjustment brush. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to choose color. Now color, I'm going to lay some color over top of the young lady on the left on her shirt. So if I come down to the color box, normally it just has an X there, it says no color. But if I come inside and choose a color, you can see that I can pick any color that I like within here. So I'm going to choose a red. And then I'm going to hit enter, just get rid of that box. And over here I still have options, a lot of options, and down here I have some options. So I like my density at 100 for right now. And I can use my size of my brush here, or I can use my bracket keys next to the P on my keyboard. I can feather it here, and generally I will start with some higher numbers, so let's try around 88. I'm going to leave the flow at 100. And I'm going to zoom in here by using Command or Control plus. And then if I use my space bar, hold it down, I can slide over, I get the hand. So I like shortcuts, so that's what I'm doing right now. So then what I can do is I can just paint over top of her shirt. So if I want to be quick about it, I can make the brush different sizes by using my P, bracket keys next to the P. Just follow along. My computer's a little slow, so it might take a minute to catch up. Then I can also make my bracket key larger on the one on the right and add some color. Now what you can see that I'm doing is I'm actually only adding color and not going over top of the shirt and adding a solid color. I'm just adding color with the texture of the shirt already intact, which is wonderful. So again, I can switch my bracket keys. I'm not going to be real careful on the edges because I want to show you how to use the eraser tool. So usually, you know, you would be as cautious as you can when you're coming in here and painting, so you don't have to go back and do extra work. I'm just going to give you an idea on how this works. So you can see that we can come in, and I can make the hardness more, taking the feathering down if I really wanted to come in here and be very precise on the edges. So once you get used to this brush, you can work pretty quickly. But again, take your time. You don't want to make more work for yourself than possible. Now, if this is too much and you don't want to go back and erase that, you can actually use Command or Control Z. Come in here with a little bit of a smaller brush. That might be a little bit too small. But it's a lot of trial and error until you kind of get used to this tool. It's not difficult. You'll find that you're going to like it. So let's say we're about done. Okay, so now, if we want to clean up the edges that we made a mess on, we would actually go over to the eraser tool on the right. So let's just finish this up here. Get in some of the edges there. Oops, looks like I missed a piece over here. All right, so you get the idea. I know you're all anxious to go and try this. So if we come over to the erase, we're going to click that. Let's come in here. Now you can see you get a little minus sign up. And then just carefully erase where you went over the edges. Isn't that wonderful? So you can play with that just a little bit. Again, if you use those bracket keys next to the P, as you work, it's a little bit easier, goes a little bit faster. So I hope you've learned something on how to throw some color, because one of the good places that might be good for this would be like maybe some color in the cheeks. Maybe your model hadn't put on makeup yet, or maybe she just needed to add a little bit more. So we can get out of the eraser and we can go back to a regular tool and we can throw some color in here. But what you're going to find is we didn't hit new. So I'm going to undo that. And the reason we want to come up here and we want to hit new okay, the word new, which is right here, is because we don't want to affect what we just did down here. So I could change this color if I wanted to, or even use the same color if it's something that's going to work. But then when I come in here, I have total control as to taking the feathering and all that good stuff and changing it up so that I don't affect the shirt. So now if I'd like, I can come in and bring my density down a lot further so that it's just a hint on the cheekbone. And if that's too much, you just go ahead and undo it, or you can go back into your history over here on the left. So you can back up a step, back up another step, and decide, okay, let me start over. Now once you add something in there, you're starting again. So those 2 steps here are going to disappear if you watch. So when I start to paint, it's going to disappear over there, and it's only going to add 1 brush stroke that I just did there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you again soon.